Yesterday we stopped reading at number 16. Today we will continue with number 17. Possessing this aggregate of noble moral discipline and this noble restraint of the faculties, and possessing this noble mindfulness and clear comprehension, he resorts to a secluded resting place. The forest, the root of a tree, mountain, a ravine, hillside, cave, a charnel ground, jungle, thicket, and open space, a hill of straw. I think we have read this yesterday too. Okay, let's continue with number 18. On returning from his arms round after his meal, he sits down, folding his legs crosswise, setting his body erect, and establishing mindfulness before him. Abandoning longing for the world, he dwells with a mind free from longing. He purifies his mind free from longing. Abandoning ill will and hatred, he dwells with a mind free from ill will. Compassionate for the welfare of all living beings. He purifies his mind from ill will and hatred, abandoning dullness and drowsiness. He dwells free from dullness and drowsiness, percipient of like, mindful, and clearly comprehending. He purifies his mind from dullness and drowsiness. Abandoning restlessness and remorse, he dwells free from agitation with a mind inwardly peaceful. He purifies his mind from restlessness and remorse. Abandoning doubt, he dwells having gone beyond doubt. Unperplexed about wholesome states, he purifies his mind from doubt. So this paragraph is about 5 hindrances. The first one, it's worded as longing for the world. In other words, desire, sensual desire. Second one, ill will and hatred. And third one, dullness and drowsiness. The fourth hindrance, restlessness and remorse. And the last one, doubt. Okay. So 5 in total. Abandoning all 5 hindrances. Sister Saikian, would you like to continue?
Shall you go back one page, footnote 12?
Oh yeah, footnote 12. Thanks for pointing out. Here, longing, abhijja, is synonymous with sensual desire. Kama chanda, the first of the 5 hindrances. This entire passage deals with the overcoming of the 5 hindrances. Thanks again for pointing out. Okay.
Okay, number 19. Having thus abandoned these 5 hindrances, defilements of the mind that weaken wisdom, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, he enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by thought and examination, with rapture and happiness born of seclusion. This Brahmin is called a footprint of the Tathagata, something scraped by the Tathagata, something marked by the Tathagata. But the noble discipline does not yet come to the conclusion. The Blessed One is perfectly enlightened. The Dharma is well expounded by the Blessed One. The Sangha is practicing the good way.
Okay, thanks, Sister Saikian. Footnotes number 13. He does not come to such a conclusion because the jhanas, as well as the first 2 higher knowledges to follow, are not unique to the Buddha's teaching. Yeah, this is number 19. After abandoning the 5 hindrances, one enters into the jhanas. So this one is talking about the first jhana. And number 20, Sister Choi Kwon, would you like to continue?
Again, with the subsiding of thought and examination, he enters and dwells in the second jhana, which has internal confidence and unification of mind, is without thought and examination, and has rapture and happiness born of concentration. This too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata, but a normal disciple does not yet come to the conclusion. The Blessed One is perfectly enlightened.
Okay, thanks, Sister Choi Kwon.
Thank you.
Okay, so 19 talks about the first jhana, 20 talks about the second jhana, and Sister Shomi, would you like to continue?
Again, with the fading away as well of rapture, he dwells equanimous and mindful, and clearly comprehending, he experiences happiness with the body. He enters and dwells in the third jhana, of which the noble ones declare he is equanimous, mindful, one who dwells happily. This, too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata, but a noble disciple does not yet come to the conclusion the Blessed One is perfectly enlightened.
Thanks, Sister Shomi. This paragraph talks about the third jhana. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana. And Sister Billy, would you like to continue?
Again, with the abandoning of pleasure and pain, and with the previous passing away of joy and dejection, he enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, and includes the purification of mindfulness by equanimity. This too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata. But a noble disciple does not yet come to the conclusion the Blessed One is perfectly enlightened. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Billy. And after the third jhana, of course, we talk about fourth jhana. 23, when his mind is thus concentrated, purified, bright, unblemished, rid of defilement, malleable, wieldy, steady, and attained to imperturbability, he directs it to knowledge of the recollection of past lives. He recollects his manifold past lives. There is 1 birth, 2 births, 3 births, 4 births, 5 births, 10 births, 20 births, 30 births, 40 births, 50 births, 100 births, 1,000 births, 100,000 births, many eons of work contraction, many eons of work expansion, many eons of work contraction and expansion. There I was, so named, of such a clan, with such an appearance. Such was my nutriment, such my experience of pleasure and pain, such my lifetime, and passing away from there, I was reborn elsewhere. And there too I was so named of such a clan, with such an appearance, such was my nutriment, such my experience of pleasure and pain, such my lifetime, and passing away from there, I was reborn here. Thus, with the aspects and particulars, he recollects his manifold past lives. This too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata. But a noble disciple does not yet come to the conclusion the Blessed One is perfectly enlightened. This paragraph talks about recollecting manifold past lives. How many? Here is described 100,000 rebirths, many eons of world contraction and expansion. So we can try to imagine how long have we been wandering in samsara? Even the Buddha have been wandering for many lives. Okay, Sister Saiken, would you like to continue?
24. When his mind is thus concentrated, purified, bright, unblemished, rid of defilement, malleable, wieldy, steady, and attained to imperturbability, he directs it to knowledge of the passing away and rebirth of beings with the divine eye, which is purified and surpasses the human. He sees beings passing away and being reborn, inferior and superior, fair and ugly, fortunate and unfortunate. He understands how beings pass on according to their actions task. These beings who behave wrongly by body, speech, and mind, who reviled the noble ones, held wrong view, and undertook actions based on wrong view with the breakup of the body after death, have been reborn in a state of misery, in a bad destination, in the lower world, in hell. But these beings who behave well by body, speech, and mind, who did not revile the noble ones, who held right view and undertook action based on right view, with the breakup of the body after death, have been reborn in a good destination, in a heavenly world. Thus, with the divine eye, which is purified and surpasses the human, he sees beings passing away and being reborn, inferior and superior, fair and ugly, fortunate and unfortunate, and he understands how beings pass on according to their actions. This too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata. But a noble disciple does not yet come to the conclusion the Blessed One is perfectly enlightened, and so on. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sister Saiken. So the previous paragraph talks about recollecting his own past lives. This one, divine eye, you're able to see other beings passing away and being reborn according to their actions. Okay. Highlight this. Okay, Sister Chaipon, would you like to continue?
When his mind is thus concentrated, purified, bright, unblemished, rid of defilement, malleable, wieldy, steady, and attained to imperturbability, he directs it to knowledge of the destruction of the taints. He understands as it really is. This is suffering. This is the origin of suffering. This is the cessation of suffering. This is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. He understands as it really is. These are the stains. This is the origin of the taints. This is the cessation of the taints. This is the way leading to the cessation of the taints. This too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata. Something scripted by the Tathagata, something marked by the Tathagata. But a noble disciple still has not yet come to the conclusion. The Blessed One is perfectly enlightened. The Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One. The Sangha is practicing the good way. Rather, he is in the process of coming to this conclusion. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chaipon. Footnotes number 14. According to PS, the commentary, this shows the occasion of the supramundane path. Since at this point, the noble disciple has still not completed his task, he has not yet come to a conclusion. Na tuewa nitang gato hoti, about the three jewels. Rather, he is in the process of coming to a conclusion. Nitang gachati. The sutta puns on the meaning of the expression coming to a conclusion in a way that is just as viable in English as in Pali. In the process of coming to this conclusion, but not yet arrived at the conclusion. So here, he understands as it really is. What exactly? The Four Noble Truths. Okay, we can complete this sutta today. Sister Shami, would you like to continue?
When he knows and sees thus, his mind is liberated from the taint of sensual desire, from the taint of existence, and from the taint of ignorance. Sorry. Next one.
Yeah.
There comes the knowledge. It is liberated. He understands. Birth is destroyed. The spiritual life has been lived. What had to be done has been done, and there's no more coming back to any state of being. This, too, Brahmin, is called a footprint of the Tathagata, something scraped by the Tathagata, something marked by the Tathagata. It is at this point that a noble disciple has come to the conclusion. The Blessed One is perfectly enlightened. The Dharma is well expounded by the Blessed One. The Sangha is practicing the good way. And it is at this point, Brahmin, that the simile of the elephant's footprint has been completed in detail.
Thanks, Sister Shwami. Footnotes number 15. P.S. The commentary. This shows the occasion when the disciple has attained the fruit of arahantship, and having entirely completed his task, he comes to a conclusion about the three jewels. So the paragraph before is in the process of coming to this conclusion. And the next one, finally, one has arrived to the conclusion. At this point, a noble disciple has come to the conclusion. At what point exactly? When one reaches the attainment of arahantship, when one is liberated. Okay, Sister Billy, would you like to close the sutta?
When this was said, the Brahmin Yanusani said to the Blessed One, Magnificent Master Gautama, magnificent Master Gautama. Master Gautama has made the Dharma clear in many ways, as though he was turning upright what had been overthrown, revealing what was hidden, showing the way to one who was lost, or holding up a lamp in the dark, so those with good eyesight can see forms. I now go for refuge to Master Gautama, to the Dharma, and to the Sangha of monks. Let Master Gautama accept me as a lay follower who has gone for refuge from today until life's end. Majjhima Nikaya 27, Kulaha Tipantopama Sutta. Thank you, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thanks, Sister Billy. With that, finally, we finished reading this sutta. Over 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Okay. And with that, we also completed the simile of the elephant, of the elephant's footprint. Okay, it's reading again. Just nice to mark the complete of the sutta. Okay, any questions or comments from any of you?
I was just thinking as I read this, if we had practiced, if I had practiced diligent enough in all my past life by reading this, I probably would have enlightened. I'm still not, so I'm still not enlightened. Still a long way to go. Yeah, as I was reading this, because it set out all the practices that we need to do, right? So very good sutta.
Yes,
Comprehensive.
very true. In that case, let us not be in the future life say the same thing. Hundreds life from now, you'll say the same thing. I wish in this 100 past lives, I have practiced, then I would have reached enlightenment. So in this case, this life could be our past lives in the future. If we keep saying the same thing, then we will never reach attain the arahantship. Sister Shomi?
I was just like reflecting on the opposite of what Sister Billy said. You know, I was looking at the words, the eons and the thousands of years and thousands of lifetimes and so forth. And then I thought of my own defilements. And I said, at this defilement, at this stage, I'm still fidgeting sometimes and still distracted and all that. And I'm counting like this is base 0. I don't know how many more lives and how many more thousands of couples I have to go through.
Okay, start with this life. Yeah, don't wait anymore, because there's no guarantee that in the future lives we will be reborn as humans, and there's no guarantee that we will be in touch with the Dharma. People has been saying that we are in the Dharma degeneration age, means that the Dharma is declining. From the statistics I've heard, that I'm not sure how true that is, the number of Buddhists are growing, but the number of population are growing even more. So the percentage of Buddhists are actually shrinking. But even among Buddhists, there are not many Buddhists who are actually practicing as well. So the Dharma will keep declining and declining until the next Buddha arises again. So let's not wait. This is our opportunity. While we are in touch with the Dharma, let's keep on practicing. Thanks for the comments, Sister Billy and Sister Shomi. Anyone else would like to add? If not,
Actually, when you say, the Dharma is declining, right? Yeah, we can see for ourselves, right? Last time we used to have a lot of monastics, staying together. And then in Singapore, we can see the trend that monastics are living on their own, and then they are not taking in disciples. And so how to further propagate the Dharma if, there are also very excellent monastics like Bhikkhu Analayo, and I don't know whether he has disciples or not, that I'm not sure lah. But they are good, so many monastics that are preaching the Dharma, but how come they are not accepting disciples? That one I really don't know. There must be the conditions that they are not doing it. But in this way, it's sort of like lessen the chance of how do you say, to increase the number of monastics that can join, the monastic, if they choose to stay alone by themselves and, not in a very big community, I would say, because the Buddha's very beginning teaching of the rules is actually they have to have at least 6 months stay together to form a community. And from the suttas that we read, Buddha always stress on community, right? Spiritual and companionship, friendship, and all that. Yeah. So I just have this feeling that because of all these conditions, that's why the Dharma is degenerating, like what you said, and also like what you said, not many practice the Dharma in the daily life. Instead, they just call themselves a Buddhist and just pray for good health, pray for safety, pray for smooth success and all that, but fail to know that actually we have to cultivate, we have to plant wholesome seeds. The Dharma is telling us to practice yourself, not to go outside and wish for something. And a lot of Buddhists I see now, what they practice is a lot of giving, a lot of dana, but when it comes to practice like meditation, not many are interested to do that. Which is why the Dharma will decline or degenerate.
That's very true. Yeah. I think one of the reasons is because it's just easier to do dana and much harder to do meditation. And I also heard from the Sri Lanka side that the number of people ordaining really in the Buddhist countries such as Sri Lanka, the number of people ordaining drops drastically over the years. So we can see the trend. So let's keep going on while we are still in contact with the Dharma. Yeah, I think it's very one would be very lucky when one encounters the Dharma and actually gets to practice. Okay, thanks a lot for the comments, Sister Saikyang. Okay, who should do the dedication? Sister Billy or Sister Choikwan? Okay, Sister Billy, would you like to do the dedication?
回向，愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。
Thanks, Sister Billy. Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a fancy Friday ahead. Thanks, everyone. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.